Howdy folks, this is Bo Parker from Tennessee, and I've been listening to some cowboy poetry lately, and it reminded me of stories I heard traveling around talking to people. I've been to all 50 states, and I like to stop in little small towns like Why Not, Mississippi, and Hale, Michigan, Cut and Shoot, Texas, Rough and Ready, California. You sit around and talk to folks, and they've got some real interesting stories, so I thought I'd try to tell one through some cowboy poetry. Tell me what you think about this. This is called The Widow's Sorrow. Well, I was working down in Texas, bossing for the Lazy River brand, and work was thick and help was thin, and I was looking to hire a good hand. This kid from Tennessee shows up looking for some work. I was desperate for some help. I just fired a lazy jerk. Well, he weren't much to look at, freckled face and a broken nose, and I guess he stood 16 hands from his red hair to his toes. I said, I could really use a bronc buster. Is there any chance that you can ride? He stood as tall as he could stand, and he beamed with Tennessee pride. Sir, the horse ain't born that I can't best, he said with no hesitation. We thought that there's pretty tall talk for a kid with no reputation. Well, I've never seen the bronc buster that I thought could outride me, especially some young buckaroo from the state of Tennessee. So I said, all right, Sonny, I'll try you out tomorrow. I've got a mare that can't be rode we call the Widow's Sorrow. Now, in front of all these cowboys, I'll tell you what, if you can ride that mare first try, I'll hire you on the spot. Well, this mare, she looked like Satan. Steel hooves and fiery eyes. And when she bucked, she went belly up with all four up in the sky. When she'd come down and hit the ground, she'd never miss a beat. Many a cowboy tried to ride, but none could keep his seat. When word got out that some young fool would try to ride the Sorrow, we bet everything we had and all that we could borrow. This kid covered every bet. We thought he'd lost his mind, because even if he gets a job, his pay's 3 months behind. Next morning, bright and early, we're all sitting on the fence. With excited expectation, we waited in suspense. Well, they put the blinders on that mare, and they cinched her saddle tight. The kid hopped right up on her back. He was ready for a fight. When they took the blinders off, she reared and spun and bucked, and we laughed and thought, this won't take long. This kid's run out of luck. Well, what happened next is hard to describe, but I'll try to do my best. She bucked in every direction, north, east, south, and west. She finally went sun-bellied, 4 hooves up in the sky, and higher than she had ever been. We feared that he might die. But when she came down and hit the ground, that kid still had his seat. I'll never forget what I saw next. He was spurring with both feet. You could see the look on that mare's face. She knew she had met her match. She gave that cowboy all she had, and still he kept his latch. Well, he rode that mare around the pen, nice and gentle like you see, and I guess I learned a lesson about cowboys from Tennessee. But it seems that school weren't over, because when he gave his hat a whirl, it was then that we realized our cowboy was a girl. Well, she had earned all our respect because she had done what she had told, and she smiled and said, I'm warmed up, boys. Where's that mare that can't be rode? Thank you, folks. I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Tell me what you think.